Do you also fly other aircraft besides the helicopter for the Indiana State Police?
Right, I'm dual rated, so I've just been checked out also in a Cessna Citation. So there are other companies that I fly for part-time between the bigger helicopters, the twin-engine helicopters, and the fixed wing. I still fly coast to coast for fixed wing for other departments.
Sergeant, as we were riding along with you, we'd be flying along, and all at once you'd make a turn. You spotted something out there. I mean, there must be some kind of knack that you have for seeing something on the ground that you want to check out.
I think it's like any other profession. The more you do it, the more you know what to expect. You know where to expect it. So you start getting a sense of, hopefully if you're working the road, you get a sense of danger, where the danger zone's at. Here we get a sense of where the violation is going to happen. So it's not so much that we can spot it as much as we know where to look, and then we can spot it. It's a big area, but really where the mission that we was on today, there's only certain areas that that's going to pertain to. So you just start knowing where to look and try to think like them.
I'll tell you, it was amazing. Just in a few minutes, we were over several counties. You made several stops and visited several hunters.
Right. Again, it's knowing where, and then experience helps. Obviously, we know what a blind's going to look like. You know, they camouflage it the best they can, but to a human, we know what that is. So it's just experience that puts us there. That's all.
This particular helicopter, this is a Bell Jet Ranger. How long have you been associated with this machine, and can you tell us a little bit about this helicopter?
Me and this machine's been together for a little over 3,000 hours. So on occasion, when I fly another one, I like to come home. You know, I know how this one feels, and so I've been flying it since January 1st, 1991. I got assigned this helicopter. So it's a 1979 Jet Ranger. It's 450 horsepower, Allison. It's 5-passenger, and it's pretty well set up. We have a handheld FLIR. We have a night vision with a 3 million candle-watt power, so we can light up a city block at about 1,000 feet, or we could set the place on fire if we land. So we've got the equipment to go with it. It's got Loran right now. We don't know for how long we're going to keep it. I think everybody's wondering that flies, and we're going to go to GPS. So, but our other aircraft we have, some of them's been switched over to GPS, you know, upgrading it to what we're going to have to go to, I believe.
Now, equipment-wise, there's always new equipment available. Does the federal government help you with equipment, or where does the equipment that you acquire and use come from?
Most of our equipment comes from the taxpayers of Indiana, but as of late, because of this push on narcotics, the federal government and the DEA have cut loose with some federal grant money. And with doing that, with also the Department of Defense upgrading their equipment, the state of Indiana took possession of 3 OH-58s, and we're using them as backup, strictly as enforcement. They haul no passengers. They're not assigned to fly every day. They're only if these go down, we have something to come up. So when you take possession of 3 of those, you know, they're $350,000, $400,000 aircraft. We get them for putting paint and radios on them. That's a great savings to Indiana. So we could really, if we manned them, we still wouldn't have enough. We can't cover this much area. It's been nice lately that the federal government is starting to cut loose with some of this equipment that's law enforcement could use day to day. In the program that we have here that we're just finishing with night vision and sensors, motion sensors, detectors, seismographic, we've got all kinds of new weapons now to fight this that we just can't afford, and it's sitting on the shelf, you know. Now we're starting to get cut loose with it. I hope they keep cutting loose more. There's a lot newer equipment out there. What they're cutting loose with now is 1960s stuff, but it's better than we've had, and we'll take anything we can get.
Bill, the helicopter's sitting in the hangar, and you get a call. How fast, I mean, it's sitting there cold, how fast can you get up and go flying?
If the scenario is right, like it would be right now, if we have to get a call right now, we could have it out of the hangar and airborne in 3 minutes. So our response time at 120 knots is radius, pretty quick.
Now, a lot of times you'll get your call, you're going somewhere. I suspect you'd be airborne before you even know where you're going. Is that right?
In fact, that's exactly what I do. I can get any of the particulars once I go airborne. All I need to know is what direction I'm headed. And then I contact the nearest state police post that's handling the detail and get the rest of the information.
Well, Sergeant, we appreciate you showing us what you do in this helicopter, and that was a great ride. Beautiful, this fall colors today, and we're just happy you're working for us.
Today's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun, a lot different, so we can take more days like today.
Okay, thank you, sir.
First time I was a check my helicopter.
Take care.
Okay.